Welcome to BodhiRipple, a place where your mind can rest, where you can breathe again. If you're here, you probably know what it feels like. The endless thoughts, the loops that never stop, the worries that wake you at 3 a.m., the replaying of conversations, the planning for problems that haven't happened yet. Overthinking doesn't just tire your mind. It steals your peace. It takes you away from this moment, and it makes you feel like you're drowning in your own head. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're just caught in a pattern, and that pattern can be changed. So let me ask you something gently. What if your mind didn't have to work this hard? What if peace wasn't something you had to chase? What if it was already here, waiting quietly beneath the noise? Today, I want to share 6 Buddhist teachings with you. Simple ones, gentle ones, teachings that have helped millions of people across centuries find stillness, not by fighting their thoughts, but by understanding them. By the end of this video, you'll feel lighter. You'll see your mind differently, and you'll know exactly how to stop overthinking from the inside out. Let's begin. Why overthinking steals peace. Overthinking is like a wheel that spins in place. It moves fast. It feels urgent, but it never takes you anywhere. Your mind loops through the same worries, the same regrets, the same fears. And each time it loops, you feel more tired, more lost, more stuck. Buddhism teaches us something powerful. The restless mind is not your enemy. It's not a flaw. It's just untrained. Like a puppy running in circles, your mind doesn't know how to sit still yet. And here's the deeper truth. Overthinking happens because your mind is trying to protect you. It thinks that if it plans enough, worries enough, controls enough, you'll be safe. But all it does is trap you. It pulls you out of the present moment. It makes you live in a future that hasn't happened or a past that's already gone. And in that place, there is no peace. Because peace only lives here, right now, in this breath. The Buddhist path doesn't ask you to stop thinking. It asks you to see your thoughts clearly, to stop believing every story your mind tells, to stop fighting the noise and start observing it. That's where freedom begins. Let's explore the 6 teachings that show you how. Teaching 1, awareness of the present moment. The first teaching is simple but life-changing. Come back to now. Right now, in this moment, you are okay. Your body is breathing. Your heart is beating. You are alive. Overthinking pulls you into tomorrow or yesterday. It creates problems that don't exist yet. It replays pain that's already over. But the present moment is always peaceful. Not because nothing is happening, but because when you're fully here, there's no room for mental noise. Buddhism teaches us that most suffering happens in our heads, not in reality. When you bring your awareness to now, overthinking loses its power. How it reduces overthinking. The moment you notice you're lost in thought, you've already stepped out of it. That noticing is awareness. And awareness is the opposite of overthinking. Emotional benefit. You feel grounded, solid, like you've come home to yourself. Practical example. You're washing dishes and your mind is racing about work tomorrow. You stop. You feel the warm water on your hands. You notice the sound of the water. You take one breath. Suddenly, you're here again, and the mental storm quiets. Teaching 2, letting go of attachment to thoughts. Here's something most people don't realize. You don't have to believe every thought you think. Thoughts are not facts. They're just mental events. They come and go like clouds, but we treat them like they're solid, like they're true, like they define us. Buddhism teaches us to hold thoughts lightly, to stop gripping them. When you overthink, you're attached to a thought. You're holding it, turning it over, trying to solve it, control it. But what if you just let it pass? How it reduces overthinking. When you stop treating thoughts as urgent truths, they lose their grip on you. You see them for what they are, just thoughts. Emotional benefit. You feel free, spacious, like your mind has room to breathe again. Practical example. A thought comes, I'm going to fail. Instead of spiraling, you notice it. You say quietly to yourself, that's a thought. It's not the truth. And you let it float away. You don't argue with it. You don't feed it. You just watch it go. Teaching 3, Impermanence. Nothing stays the same. One of the deepest truths in Buddhism is this. Everything changes. Every feeling, every thought, every moment. Nothing stays. When you overthink, you treat your worries like they're permanent. You believe the anxiety will last forever. You believe the problem is stuck, but it's not. How it reduces overthinking. When you understand impermanence, you stop clinging so tightly. You stop trying to freeze time or control the future. You relax into the flow of life. Emotional benefit. You feel relief, like a weight has been lifted. You realize this too will pass. Practical example. You're overwhelmed by a decision. Your mind loops endlessly. Then you remember, this moment will change. Tomorrow, I'll feel different. Next week, this won't matter the same way. And just knowing that softens everything. Teaching 4, non-judgment of mind. This teaching is so important. Stop judging your thoughts. When you overthink, you often add a second layer of suffering. You think, why am I like this? What's wrong with me? I should be calmer by now. But that judgment makes everything worse. Buddhism teaches us to observe without judgment, to watch the mind without adding shame or criticism. Your thoughts are not good or bad. They're just thoughts. How it reduces overthinking. When you stop judging yourself, overthinking loses its emotional charge. You're not fighting yourself anymore. You're just watching. Emotional benefit. You feel gentle toward yourself, compassionate, safe. Practical example. You catch yourself worrying again. Instead of saying, I'm so broken, you say, my mind is busy right now. That's okay. You breathe. You let be. And the noise softens. Teaching 5, simplicity and fewer mental stories. Your mind loves stories. It creates narratives about everything. About why someone said that. About what might happen next. About what it all means. And those stories become your prison. Buddhism teaches us to simplify, to stop adding meaning to everything, to see things as they are, not as your mind imagines them. How it reduces overthinking. When you stop creating endless stories, your mind is less to carry. You live with what is, not with what you fear or imagine. Emotional benefit. You feel clear, unburdened, light. Practical example. A friend doesn't reply to your text. Your mind starts, they're mad at me. I said something wrong. They don't care. You stop. You return to the simple truth. They haven't replied yet. That's all you know. And that's enough. Teaching 6, compassion toward yourself. The last teaching is the most healing. Be kind to yourself. Your mind is not your enemy. It's trying its best. It overthinks because it's afraid. It's trying to protect you. But you don't need to fight it. You need to hold it gently. Buddhism teaches us self-compassion. To speak to ourselves the way we'd speak to a dear friend. With patience. With understanding. With love. How it reduces overthinking. When you meet your mind with kindness, it softens. It stops fighting. It feels safe enough to rest. Emotional benefit. You feel held, loved, at peace with yourself. Practical example. You're exhausted from overthinking. You place a hand on your heart. You say quietly, "I'm okay. I'm doing my best. I'm safe." And something inside you exhales. One short Buddhist story. There was once a student who came to his Zen teacher with a troubled mind. "Master," he said, "my thoughts never stop. They come like waves. I try to push them away, but they keep returning. How do I make them stop?" The teacher smiled gently. He picked up a glass of water and held it in the air. "What happens if I hold this glass for 1 minute?" he asked. "Nothing," the student said. "What if I hold it for 1 hour? Your arm will hurt. And if I hold it for 1 day, your arm will go numb. You'll be in pain." The teacher nodded. "The glass is not heavy," he said. "But the longer you hold it, the heavier it becomes." He set the glass down. Your thoughts are the same. They are not the problem. Holding on to them is. The student understood. He didn't need to fight his thoughts. He just needed to put them down. How these teachings calm the mind. These 6 teachings work together. They don't stop your thoughts. They change your relationship with them. You stop seeing your mind as the enemy. You stop believing every worry. You stop trying to control everything. And in that space, peace begins to grow. Not because you forced it, but because you made room for it. You learn to observe instead of react, to breathe instead of spiral, to trust instead of fear. And slowly, quietly, your mind becomes a calmer place. Not silent, but soft. Not empty, but spacious. That's the gift of these teachings. Simple daily practices to stop overthinking. You don't need hours of meditation. You don't need to be perfect. You just need small, gentle practices. 1. Pause and breathe. When you notice overthinking, stop. Take 3 slow breaths. Feel your body. Come back to now. 2. Name the thought. Say quietly, "That's a worry," or "That's a fear." Don't judge it. Just name it. That creates distance. 3. Write it down. If your mind is looping, write the thought on paper. Get out of your head. You'll see it's just a thought, not the truth. 4. Go for a walk. Move your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Let nature quiet your mind. 5. Practice one thing at a time. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. Presence is the antidote to overthinking. 6. Be kind to yourself before bed. Place a hand on your heart. Say, "I did my best today. I'm safe. I can rest." Let your mind know it's okay to stop working. What inner peace really means in Buddhism. Inner peace is not the absence of thoughts. It's not a silent mind. It's not perfection. Inner peace is space. It's the ability to watch your thoughts without drowning in them. It's the trust that you're okay, even when your mind is loud. It's knowing that beneath the noise, there is stillness. Always. You don't have to create peace. You just have to stop covering it up. Stop feeding the mental storm. Stop believing you need to figure everything out right now. And peace will rise naturally, like the sun behind the clouds. It was always there. Letting thoughts come without fighting them. Here's a powerful shift. Stop fighting your thoughts. When you fight them, they fight back. When you push them away, they return stronger. Buddhism teaches us to observe, to let thoughts come, to let them pass. Like sitting by a river and watching leaves float by. You don't grab the leaves. You don't jump in. You just watch. That's how you relate to your mind. With gentle observation. Not force. Not control. Just presence. And in that presence, thoughts lose their power. They come, they go, and you remain. Peaceful. Whole. Free. Living with a quieter mind. When your mind becomes quieter, everything changes. You sleep better. You're more present with the people you love. You make decisions with more clarity. You don't replay conversations in your head. You don't panic about the future. You feel lighter, more alive, more like yourself. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you've always been. Beneath the noise, beneath the worry, beneath the overthinking, there's a calm, steady presence. That's you. And the more you practice these teachings, the more you'll feel it. Final reflection. Peace is already within you. I want you to know something. You don't have to earn peace. You don't have to fix yourself first. You don't have to wait until your life is perfect. Peace is already within you. Right now. It's not something you achieve. It's something you remember. Your mind will still get busy sometimes. That's okay. You're human, but now you know how to come back. You know how to breathe, how to observe, how to let go. And that's everything. You're safe inside yourself. You always have been. Trust that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing peace. If this video helped you, please give it a like. Leave a comment and tell me which teaching touched you most. And subscribe to BodhiRipple for more calm, clarity, and wisdom. We have many more videos to guide you toward inner peace. You're not alone on this path. We're walking it together. Until next time, remember this. Your peace is not far away. It's right here, in this breath, in this moment. Be gentle with yourself.